Hello and welcome back to the Masquerade of Misery, guys. Today's topic was recommended to me by Green, who asked me to talk about borders, especially between countries, and whether they are stupid and just made to keep us as prisoners. So let's talk about it. I believe this is a quite complex topic because we have to reach deep beneath the surface to find even the reason behind humanity creating countries, cities, towns, villages, and all that. So, borders. Let's start by saying that being territorial is imprinted in basically every creature of this planet, especially animals and humans. If you think about it, animals constantly mark their territories, whether it's by using urine or rubbing against surfaces to leave their smell on it, but it serves the purpose of telling other motherfuckers around that, bitch, this place belongs to me, you better not come here, and if you do, then you are fucked. And humans are no different because we formed tribes, creating communities, and of course we had to find places to live, to settle down, and it also came with claiming certain parts of land as ours, and anyone who dared to enter this certain territory that was already claimed, then the tribe chased them away, or a fight broke out, or just straight up fucking killed the intruders. So it's a very deeply rooted instinct, I would even name it. Kids, if you look at them when they play, they often do the same. When they grab a fucking stick and they draw in the sand, okay, this is my house, or this is my territory. Same shit. It seems that we want to claim every fucking bullshit on this planet, including pieces of fucking earth. If you ask me if borders are necessary between countries, I would say yes. And I'm gonna tell you why I think so. There are a lot of different cultures, ethnic groups, religions, traditions, and it comes with the consequence that since they are so different, it causes conflicts between these different groups, even to the point that they can go to war with each other, fight each other, kill each other, and all this bullshit. Just look at history. It's all about that. One group hating the other for being different. Doesn't matter what it is about. Is it about your fucking skin color, your fucking beliefs, your political views, sexuality, your traditions, whatever it is? The music you like, or even which fucking piece of land you are from? Even between two fucking towns in the same country, there can be fucking rivalry. And yeah, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. So, what would happen if these different groups, with all this fucking hatred and the narcissism that our way is the correct and only fucking way, what would happen if these groups had no borders between each other? Well, let's just think of Europe. How it is right now with this. Everyone is welcome, refugees are welcome, bullshit mindset that we just let everyone to come. Well, at least the smart countries learned the lesson or looked at the others and said, we're not gonna do this shit. Luckily my country is one of these. who avoided the disaster that now the Western European countries face. Because yes, we need to show humanity and compassion, obviously, especially towards people who suffer a lot and are actually escaping from war and such disasters. However, we could see that the majority of the cases are not about that. It could be another video on its own, but I'm not gonna go too deep. The conclusion is that there has to be limitations. So, let's say we remove the borders between countries. Then where should it stop? Shall we also remove borders between towns, cities, villages, every small community, and just let everyone live and go wherever the fuck they want to? Where would it lead to, I wonder? I have the feeling that it would not end nicely. Not to mention, would it also mean that you have your house right now, you have your own garden, backyard with a fence around it? Why do you have that fence up? To keep the intruders away, right? So if we remove borders from the countries, shall we also, remove the fences from our gardens and welcome anyone and everyone who wishes to pay us a visit, no matter their intentions? So as we can see, it's quite a slippery slope we could go down from here, and it would just end in a huge, chaotic, big fucking mess. Crimes would arise, problems would arise, there would be even more conflicts and fights than there already are, so I don't think it would end nicely. On the other hand, what I could agree with is that traveling between countries should be made easier, or even if someone wants to move and work in another country, should be easier, should be less fucking bureaucratic, should be way less fucking expensive, because at this point traveling became the privilege of the fucking rich, at least traveling by plane or by a cruise ship and all this shit. We see that less and less people can afford it, and even these fucking restrictions, surely you will remember these nice previous 2 years. And of course, I'm not saying that any random motherfucker could travel without any, let's say, background check if that person is suspicious or committed a crime. We should obviously take precautions, but at the same time, everyone should have the right to see other places, to meet other people, to learn about other cultures, other countries' history, and it shouldn't be just the privilege of the fucking rich. Also, if you want to move to another country and live there permanently or work there, they make it so unnecessarily fucking difficult, because it can even be like a trap, as if they really want you to fail this process. Anyway, if we think about it, it does sound stupid that a human looks at a piece of land, a piece of earth that was already there way before we existed, and says, that piece of fucking land belongs to me from now on, and anyone who dares to come to this piece of land, they better get ready for a fucking fight. Same goes for groups of people, obviously. So it sounds ridiculous because this planet is the home of every fucking creature on it. It wasn't predetermined, which place, which land will belong to whom. Obviously, there are different species that can only survive on a certain type of land, in a certain climate, while others can adapt to any fucking circumstance. So from a certain point of view, yeah, it can be fucking ridiculous and exaggerated, but then again, it's deeply rooted in biology and instincts. We were born with this shit. We were born to be territorial, like animals, and I think the reason for that is self-preservation. That's why we started creating first walls around towns and villages, fences around our properties, and then the borders with fences and walls once again. I think it's for safety and self-preservation. So this thing about owning land, it is not a purely made up human-made concept. It's our nature. Therefore, it is necessary. So I believe that through creating borders and countries and separating them and even having towns and villages separated from each other, this way different nations, traditions, cultures, religions, habits could be born and remain and get preserved and not get lost in a big, chaotic, and oftentimes uniformized fucking melting pot. Also, if you think about it, if we didn't have any borders and all the masses of land were just one and all of them were united and maybe there wouldn't be any towns, no villages, no counties, provinces, states, how the fuck would we navigate when we travel? How the hell would we know where exactly to go to find a certain building or meet certain people that we want to? I think that navigation would be quite a fucking mess. Would there be even street names that could help you out where exactly you are? Or think about an emergency situation. You are being a victim of a crime at the moment, or you had an accident, you need to call the police or the ambulance or both. So basically the emergency line, you have to call them, and of course what they do first, they ask what's your emergency and where's the address. Okay, so then you don't have addresses maybe. How the hell would you describe where you are honestly? Makes you think. Actually, as I'm speaking now, I even started wondering about these things, so it's like you are going down a rabbit hole. It's fun to think about these things sometimes because we take them for granted. We take it as natural that there are different communities, different towns, villages with different names. We have these countries that each have their own governments, their own traditions, their own folk music, their own myths and legends. And another thing came to my mind right now, that if we got rid of all the borders in the world between countries, wouldn't it result in one big global big brother government? That's the purpose anyway, that's their goal anyway. But yeah, if think about this, I think that would be the result, because then who and how would decide which selected motherfuckers should rule over all the others? Because now, as it is, each country has their governments, even each town has its own mayor and their own offices. There are these different institutions, organizations, offices where you can go to. So basically these communities have some self-governance and they work together with the biggest fucking government that is for the whole country. And then there are other ones like the European Union, UN, and other corrupt bitch fucking organizations. So if you take it into account that now we removed all borders, then what would happen? Who would decide about the fate of the entire globe and all its population? How would they divide the power, or would they even divide? I know that there's already 1%, very, very few, who own most of the companies, banks, and they're powerful as fuck but it's because we gave them that power. We could take it away anytime, but it won't happen. So would they go at each other's fucking throats for this power, to control everyone on the planet? Because now remember, no borders, no countries, nothing. Everything is united, everyone is united, which is not true because humans are different. Let's face it, we cannot even get along sometimes with our fucking neighbors. Some people cannot even get along with their own family members. How could we get along on a global level? We are just incapable of it, and we never will be able to truly unite and look at each other as brothers and sisters and we are one and everything. One of the reasons is because it's biology, it's instinct. You can see also animals just look at each other and, hey bitch, you are different, I hate you. Or at least they attack each other for being different, or they cast each other out. We do the same and it will never change. It has always been this way. So it's just a fucking utopian dream that humans can actually put aside all their differences and unite as one. It's never going to happen, guys, no matter what. So guys, if this one world government happens one day, we don't stand a fucking chance because we cannot come together as one. We might become slaves and equally miserable all over the world, but we won't defeat these bitches because we just cannot unite, and the majority are fucking sheep who don't see what's going on. Drifting away from the main topic because one leads to another, but that's what I say, that as a conclusion, that we need those fucking borders. We can change certain things regarding traveling and getting permissions for staying and working in other countries, but certain cultures, certain groups of people really don't belong together and they can't live in peace with each other. So that's my conclusion for today. But there's someone who doesn't get stopped by any borders, doesn't care about who you are, where you are from, what's your religion, what's your skin color. He loves you. I'm not talking about God, but rather the Grim Reaper. Praise him. Kezded, rohadék. Legyél Alzheimeres és felejtsd el, hogy mit szerettél volna még. So, it's an